It was an uneventful day for us. That's kind of how we thought it would go.
As expected, the Maple Leafs didn't do a heck of a lot. They were out ahead of the pack about a month ago, made 3 big deals, so not a huge surprise that they didn't do anything outside of trade John Mitchell to the Rangers for a 7th rounder, and what you see is what you get for the last 19 games.
Should we be surprised, Lance? I don't think so. I mean, in Toronto, everybody has these high expectations that, oh, it's trade deadline day. But Burke had said the whole time, you know what, we're not going to do anything silly. And, you know, they had some feelers for Clark MacArthur, but they obviously weren't worth the price.
We had set values on all of the assets that we had that we were willing to talk about. We set prices on all the assets we were willing to acquire. And when those prices weren't met, then we sit tight.
The two teams immediately ahead of the Leafs and behind the Leafs made minor moves. I'm not sure whether or not that moved him. And maybe the last 2 games Toronto played, losing the last 2 games by shootout, I'm not sure if that influenced him one way or the other as well. But 19 games left. You know, I guess they have a shot, but it's not looking as good as it did, say, 3 or 4 days ago.
What teams are doing is making sure they lock up the key assets. And so when that happens, the number of premium assets that are available to move gets reduced.
Obviously, Carolina did some things earlier on. I know they got Brian Allen today, but they got Corey Stillman, who I think adds a little bit there. To me, when you look at the teams ahead of the Leafs, it's still Carolina. I still think they're the ones that are in the best shape to get that number 8 spot.
I think it's going to be interesting, but you know what? Toronto once again is suffering from that big hole they dug themselves back in October, and they are, you know, they're running out of time. And I think the next big makeover you see for this team will be at the draft in St. Paul or free agent day in July.
We made 3 major deals in advance of the deadline. Now we've added a couple of picks. We still have our own 2nd-round pick, and we should be able to do something good with those picks, either package them and move up or use them to get players. So we're pretty pleased about our position going in.